it's going well, mate. It's going well. But, not as cold as it has been the last couple of times I've been, so it's nice having an afternoon kick-off rather than an evening one for once.
Very much so. No double A's. That's still quite a chunky sized coat, that, Tom, you've got on there, pal.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to too many games where I've been underprepared, so I'd much rather be too warm than too cold. So we bring the big coat out for match days.
You didn't fancy this game live on BBC then? You'd rather be at the match, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, like I say, it's all right, innit? I can't complain. I can't imagine we'd have had the biggest crowd here today, but there'd certainly be a few more than there would have been than it is now with the ground closed. So.
Just a little bit, pal. The only disappointing thing is we've not got thousands of people there to give Colin Bell the goodbye that he deserves. Have City done anything for Colin Bell? Or I noticed there's a couple of pictures of scarves and stuff outside the stadium.
Yeah, well, I'll flip my laptop round. There's at the Memorial Garden outside the ground, there's tributes and whatnot. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it here, but City have popped up a little. See if I can make it so you can see it. If you can see in the middle of the East stand there.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
There's a little banner which just reads Colin Bell, the King, and then 1946 to 2021. And then a picture of Colin Bell right in the middle there, which is a nice touch. Obviously, we're sat in the Colin Bell stand here, where we're reporting from, but that's where it'll be seen, obviously, on the cameras and where it's able to be put, so that the tribute can get across to as many people as it can. So that's a nice touch from the club.
I like that. Any signs of them doing the number 8 on the shirts again or anything like that? Or do you think that's been done now? Oh, Tom, can you hear me, pal?
I think I've lost audio here, mate.
Yeah, you might have, pal. If you keep talking, I can definitely hear you. Can you hear me? I think we all know what the Wi-Fi is like at the Ethiad at the best of times, pal. So I'm lucky to speak to you anyway. Tom will be coming back in to join us very, very, very soon, hopefully. Just to give you a rundown on the team news. Just before that as well, Tom shared some pictures with us and the admins about there's loads of shirts and things like that have been shared outside the Etihad for obviously for Colin Bell, which is fantastic to see. Hi, Tom, are you back in the room, pal? Can you hear me?
I'm not sure what I've hit there, turning my laptop around, but I've buggered it 1 minute.
Just to give people an idea on the team news, we've got Stefan in net, Cancelo, Diaz, Walker and Mendy. We got Rodri, Mahrez, De Bruyne as captain, Foden, Bernardo and Jesus. And on subs we've got Ederson, Stones, Gundogan, Fernandinho, Zinchenko, Delap, Howard Bellis, Nemecha and Mbet. Pretty solid lineup that. I don't know if you can hear us yet, Tom.
Yeah, and I'm back now. I'm not sure what I did there, turning that round to show you the.
Don't worry, yeah, just don't. Yeah,
something.
We won't turn round again.
So stick with my mush for a bit.
So the official line is Laporte and Ake are both injured, while Sterling, Torres, Doyle are not fully fit. What's your thoughts on the lineup?
Yeah, it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see how that back four lines up. Obviously, we've seen Kyle Walker turn out for England at centre half on a number of occasions in a back three. I'm not sure whether or not they'll go with that again today and let Cancelo have that sort of free role that he had when we played Newcastle here a couple of weeks ago, where he did so well, or if they'll go with a conventional back four with Walker and Diaz as the centre halves. We can wait and see. I presume we'd go with the former. Get that extra man in midfield in Cancelo to sort of break down what I'm sure will be a very defensive-minded Birmingham City.
They've got to be today, haven't they?
Should make for an interesting game. Yeah,
they've got to throw everything at it when it comes to the defence today, haven't they? They really have. That's a really strong City lineup than I can see.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on? Go on, sorry.
I was just going to say, like Pep said yesterday in his pre-match interview, we take every competition seriously and show the utmost respect to every club we play against. So we're never expecting. I maybe could have seen 1 or 2 kids thrown into the starting lineup, but it was never going to be anything but a very strong lineup for us today.
I think if it gets to comfortable for City into the second half, I'd like to see the Nemechas and the Howard Bellises of the world, but it's Pep, isn't it? You can never really judge what he's going to do at any given time. So the days we can never second guess Pep, can we? Let's face it, the best of times.
Exactly, and we've had a couple of tricky third round ties. I remember we got beat by Middlesbrough a few years ago after we'd had that warm weather trip to Abu Dhabi to play that exhibition game in the week, and then we came here and got beat by Middlesbrough at the weekend. So I think we want to win whatever we enter, and we're in form as well. And I think keeping these players out on the pitch playing minutes is what we need. We've got, like we say, a very nice run of Premier League fixtures on paper coming up. I think we played 3 times here within the space of a week. We got Brighton and Crystal Palace here next week. So yeah, if we can just keep up the form, keep scoring goals, I think that's the best way to do it.
Has there been any official line on why Sergio's not making an appearance?
No, it's the belief is that it's something to do with potentially either to do with a reaction to his last injury, or there's talk that apparently he'd been in contact with someone who's had COVID, or someone in his bubbles had COVID, and they're not sure if it's something to do with that. But there's been no official word as to why he's not in the squad. So yeah, I can't really give you anything on that.
Crikey. Yeah, well I hope he's we want.
Sure if it's something to do with that, but there's been no official word as to why he's not in the squad. So yeah, I can't really give you anything on that.
Crikey. Yeah, well we need to keep him fighting fit, don't we? And get him fighting fit as soon as possible, really. We're waiting for the BBC website, which is streaming it live today, which is brilliant, which is really good for us. That's obviously a positive. We need to keep him fighting. What's your thoughts, predictions-wise, for the game?
Yeah, Birmingham aren't in the best of form. I think they're sitting about 18th in the Championship at the moment. They've got bigger issues in terms of survival from the Championship. They don't want to get caught much deeper than they are at the moment. And I think with the side we've got out, it should be a fairly routine day at the office. I think we'll see sort of, like you say, the kids will come on later on if we can get in at half-time, a couple of goals up. We might see some kids in the second half. I'd love to see Bernardo Silva get a goal today, because he needs a goal more than anyone I've ever known need a goal. I'm not sure when the last time he scored for us was, but if he can get the score sheet today, that'd be fantastic. So yeah, I'm just hoping we can take some chances like we have been doing, and just keep up this run that we've got of scoring goals, and yeah, just keep this momentum going as we come back into the Premier League in the week.
Do you know much about Birmingham themselves? Do you have any idea who their danger men are?
To be honest, I couldn't tell you. That Jonathan Lako used to play. I can't remember who he used to play for. Let me quickly Google it. I remember the 3 names I recognise off the team sheet is that George Friend, the captain, the defender. I'm sure he played for Middlesbrough when they beat us here. When I was just talking about before, that when they knocked us out of the FA Cup in the 3rd round a few years ago. And then that Scott Hogan, I'm sure, has done the rounds. Yeah, that Jonathan Lako was at Charlton last year. A bit of a pacey winger, sort of danger man kind of player, who I imagine that anything that comes from them will come through the counter attack. So I imagine he'd be one to keep an eye on. But I couldn't tell you there's anyone in particular. Adam Clayton on the bench obviously was a City man himself back in the day, wasn't he? He had a spell with us when he was a youngster. So it'd be good to see him get on. I'm sure he came through the academy at City, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, no one that I could particularly turn around and say to you, he's gonna do the business for them today.
It's interesting to see that Mendy's chosen for left back. I suppose it's not that I can't say I'm that surprised, if I'm honest, to see him play. What's your thoughts on Mendy? He's got to have a good game today, hasn't he? He needs to have a good game.
Yeah, he's again been in the headlines for the wrong reasons, which for me has been on too many an occasion during his time at City. So I think for me he's very much on his last chance now. He needs to sort of book his ideas up off the pitch and start to perform on the pitch. I think he's got 6 months here now where he really needs to show why we spent 50 million quid on him. I've got a feeling that if he doesn't, he could well be on his way in the summer. But it's just these chances he gets, albeit against lower league opposition in the FA Cup, he needs big performances to find his way back into the first team. Just things to go in. Cancelo's in the form of his City career. Kyle Walker is always going to be in the team when he's fit. So he really needs to show why he should be in Pep's mind when he's selecting teams for the bigger games. So yeah, I'm hoping for a good performance from him today, and hopefully, like we say, he can do his talking on the pitch rather than off it for once.
Are you not surprised that Diaz didn't get a rest today?
Not massively, because I think Diaz is, from what we've seen of him, he's sort of the player that thrives in playing. He's really young, he's really fit. I think he's the kind of player, I'm sure he would have been offered the opportunity for a rest. I think the fact that obviously Laporte and Ake are both out injured, and the fact that Stones obviously has sort of a history of niggly injuries, we don't want him playing any games, so he doesn't really need to play. So I think Diaz, realistically, we needed a senior centre half. We didn't want to go too conservative with our team selection. So yeah, I think it made sense for Diaz to play, and like I say, I think he's shown no reason to suggest why he needs a rest. So yeah, he was always going to play today for me.
Fantastic. Right, well, we'll love you and leave you, mate. Look forward to reading your match reports after the game.
Yeah, thank you. I'll let Dan get in, and you two can get your. Hopefully, we can have some more moments like the derby in the week.
I'm not that nervous.
That was good.
Right,
yeah,
so
I'm sure it'll be much more comfortable today.
What's going to happen now is we're going to turn off this link, and then another one will come up afterwards, Blue. So we're not forgetting about you. We'll be back very, very soon. Tom, as always, mate, have a good one, pal.
Nice one. See you later, guys.
Cheers, dude. Bye-bye. So, Blues, just to let everyone know, we're going to cut this one off now and restart another one going up very, very, very soon. Just going to get a bit of a break and do a couple of drinks, and then we'll go.